Welcome to The Lounge, the Her Lounge that is, where we share laughter, life experiences, and heart-to-heart dialogue. I am Lynn.
I'm Jonah.
I'm Pauletta.
I'm Queasy. And we are
your four best new girlfriends.
Happy Thursday, everybody.
Happy Thursday.
Welcome to the Her Lounge. Not just any lounge. Here at this lounge,
Right.
we connect with you every Thursday through laughter, life experiences, and heart-to-heart dialogue. Listen, I didn't want to show up for this one today. Can I just be honest with you? Didn't want to be a part of this. Wasn't excited about it because I realized that this is going to make me have to face some parts of me that I may not necessarily be ready to face. The name of this show is Spinning the Block. Spinning the Block, which is something that I've been guilty of in several instances and places in my life. And I was telling them, before we started the show, that I realized that I've spent the block because of fear. I never saw it that way. And what I mean about that is I am not a person who really likes to put in the work to get to know people. So a lot of times I spin the block because it's comfortable.
Right.
Because
Familiar.
I'm familiar.
Uh-huh.
I already know that person. I know their family. I don't have to meet nobody new. I don't have to get to know them. I don't even have to be vulnerable for real because I already know that person. So a lot of times I've realized that I've spun the block because of comfortability, and I really shouldn't have, because what's the access that somebody, first of all, there's people I've spent the block with that shouldn't have ever had access with me.
The first time.
And they doggone shouldn't have had access to me in another season. But I've also realized that can very well also be connected to me not really seeing myself for who I am as well. So Queasy is our resident
statistician.
and give us some stats. I know it's some spinning the block stats out there.
It is. I guess first I want to make sure, and I think Lynn has done a great job giving a good introduction, that y'all understand Urban Dictionary.
Right.
There's another spin the block. We want to make sure that
God.
this is not a thug term. This is
What's the other one?
that's what the other one is, more gang or thug related. This is spinning the block as far as relationships are concerned. Okay. So I just want to make sure
I didn't even know it was another one.
Yeah.
So wait, but hold on. What is the other one? Do you know?
I don't know the details of it, but it says it's when you, hold on, let me go. It says spinning the block, double back, but that's a thug gang term mostly. So when it comes to
so basically it has to do with drive-bys.
Yeah.
So when they popping, right? They shooting, but then they coming back to make sure that you dead.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
They come back around, make sure you dead.
Okay, that
Never
makes sense.
Never connected that.
That makes sense.
We definitely not talking about
we're
that.
not talking about that at all.
Even though sometimes those relationships make you feel like they're coming back to see if you dead.
Right. Oh, God.
But let's not make
Now
that
that-
parallel.
that-
Okay,
that-
let's go. Ooh.
Now that was
something
good.
right there.
Hold
You killed
on.
me the first time, and
You
you
covered
killed me
me.
sure enough the
Make
second
sure I'm
time.
dead.
So spin the block per Urban Dictionary means slang for giving someone you used to be romantically involved with a second chance. Okay, so here's some stats. Per AI overview. .com, at least 1/3 of couples have broken up and gotten back together at some point. Medical News Today says that about 60% of young adults in relationship experience on again and off again relationships. Research suggests that on again, off again relationships can be less fulfilling and lower in quality. This may be because these relationships can be driven by loneliness, nostalgia, or prioritizing sex over other aspects of the relationship. Okay. One last thing that I will bring to the table.
Look at Pauletta.
I mean, I ain't mean to do that. It just came out.
Okay. You ain't reflecting it.
Oh God! Oh
Maybe
God!
there was some truth to that one. So, but per goodmenproject.com, according to a survey, 32% of exes get back together, and approximately 18% of those 32 have stayed together for over a year after mending things. So all the research that I did pretty much said that it's a high percentage of people that spin the block.
Sure it is.
Yeah, and they spin the block. And the percentage was much lower than 50%, where it's actually successful when they spin the block.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, it was like a 30%.
Okay. Which means that a lot of spinning should have never took
Never
place.
should have took place. But we made it clear what we meant by spinning the block, and I guarantee you it's finna go up from here. So I'm going.
You going up on a Saturday.
Pauletta, what effects do you think spinning the block have on people? Because, a lot of times when we using the term spin the block, but the old saying will on and off again.
Yeah. Right.
So what does, because that's all spinning the block means.
That's all.
Spinning the block is a modern day version of on and off again. We on and we off again. Go, we together. Go, we together. Go, I love them. Go, we back together. That's why you have to watch what you say about folks, because you do all that talking.
And here you are.
People look up and there y'all go.
Moving yourself
then
back
now
into
you got to
a
go
third
into
drawer.
this whole deep explanation of, when you just really
God
need
is
to
doing
just,
something different.
yeah, just be quiet. So, Pauletta, how does that even affect like your mental health? Because that has to be mentally taxing. We on again, we off again, we back again,
It's definitely an emotional roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? And so that being on that type of roller coaster, being on a natural roller coaster, to me is sickening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too.
It's sickening. And so you can imagine what it is being on this emotional roller coaster and trying to balance everything else in your life. I always tell, especially my students at school, that a relationship should be like I'm going to use that word now, a brave place. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It should be a brave place. It should be a place where you can just, you should not be in a relationship that is causing this angst, and you break up because of this angst, but because of sex, but because of, nostalgia and familiarity, like you would because of knowing someone previously, right. And soul ties. I know, right? You get back in that relationship. And I think sometimes for the first couple of weeks, everything, because I think the both of you are excited, but then you go back into your authentic selves and you see there ain't nothing really changed, and I think, and it's because I know for women, some of us battle with loneliness and time. And because, you have loneliness and time, you're like, well, some man is better than no man at all. And the older I'm getting, the more I'm like, I'm good. If he not him, then let me just move on. Yeah. Because I know even when I think going back, and I don't know if I am kind of jumping ahead, but when I spent the block, I believe he accepted the spinning of the block because he wanted to hurt me. Because I hurt him the first go around.
Oh, that's good. Okay. So back. I only spent to get you back.
Yeah, get back.
So he was like, come on, I'll spin with you. And wrap me up in that thing. And I was like, nah, I don't think I can do this. Had me back in love again. You know what I'm saying? And only for him to be like, nah, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
Did it hurt
Let's
Pauletta?
Slow down.
Pauletta, it hurt my pride more than anything.
Yeah.
Cause you don't do me like that.
Pauletta
you relinquished your control.
She didn't her pride.
I'm gonna say now. I was hurt. I wasn't like, but
you wasn't like what?
But my pride was more hurt because I was like,
who you?
Boy,
you pocketbook selling. So
no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Okay.
No, you didn't.
So it's not good on your mental health because you're believing in a false sense of hope. Like it's gonna be different this time. It's gonna be different this time. And knowing all along
it's not different.
There's nothing different.
Yeah.
There's nothing different. So it is definitely not good being on that emotional roller coaster. But you have to come to yourself to be like, I'm okay with being by myself.
Yeah. And
letting him or letting her go on because this right here is not
I don't
good.
think we talk about a lot how painful it is of letting go of something that you love. but that you know ain't good for y'all. That's painful.
Yeah.
And it's painful to come to grips with that. Like, I love them, but it'll never be nothing. Sometimes that's painful because you may really love the person, but you have to really come to grips with there'll never be nothing between us. Cause all we got is love.
Ooh.
And the truth of the matter is it takes more than love to sustain a relationship.
But see, I think that's where maturity comes in it. Because you think about it, you're like, oh, if we're in love, we can love conquers. No, love doesn't conquer all. You know, because I can't go to Alabama Power with love. I can't. I can't.
They be like, give me my money.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Money.
and if you're not working, you know, I don't know how much love I have for you.
How long it's gonna last?
Yeah. So love really does not conquer all.
You know, I already talked about, like, you know, I know one of my weaknesses is familiarity, and it's because I don't want to do the work of getting to know people. I think that's a fear. I really do, and I hate to say it that way, but I think it's a fear that I don't know.
But it's a lot of work.
I don't know what it is.
Is it fear, or is it I just don't feel like doing all that work? Or because I don't think that's a fear.
I think it might be both.
Yeah, I can see.
I think it might be a little. I think it's that way for me because of just, you know, what I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because of what I've been through, and because in my life right now, the number one thing that I need is safety. Because of what I went through. You know, because of losing. You know what I'm saying, Sean? Like, I got to feel safe. Because I never in a million years thought I would be in this place. So it's having that person that makes me feel safe to be in this place.
Yeah.
Well, I'm starting all over again and having to trust somebody again. And, you know, and I don't think people really understand what starting over is. Like, starting over is different for different people. You know what I'm saying? And it means something different, you know, than it does to different people. So Juna, like, is spinning the block about comfort? Is spinning the block about familiarity? Like, the times that you spun the block, was it because of familiarity? Or was it because you had a flashback and you was like, I need to go back and get me some of that before I go to heaven? Or, I mean, you know, like,
it's a combination. I for me, well, I'll speak to me personally because I can't speak for anyone else. But the comfort and the familiarity, yes. Also, the optimism about maybe it'll be different this time. Maybe it'll be better if I'm changing, if I have matured and they're in a different place. Maybe our, you know, where we were then was we were unsuccessful for whatever reasons. But maybe, you know, now that we're in this place, things can be different. And if there is there, you know, it was a low percentage, but there was some success, you know, with spinning the block. Why are you looking like that?
Because I'm thinking about what I want to say.
Yeah. Oh, there has been some successful, you know, attempts at spinning the block, but it can be a combination. But for me, I'll say for me, it's different. Starting over is one thing. Starting from scratch is something else for me. Like, starting over with somebody that I know.
And you think it's easier?
It's easier than starting from scratch. You know, scratch.
Is it, or is that what you made yourself believe?
I feel like for me, like I said, for me, starting over with somebody that I already, now I'll have to get to know that part of you. I know you, you know. And so that way, if it starts to look like it did before, I can maybe cut out sooner. You know, whereas somebody else, I'm having to learn them from scratch, and I'm, you know, maybe find myself kind of making some concessions, like, well, maybe this and maybe that, and having to go through that. I don't really want to do that. But maybe I should have a different outlook on starting from scratch, right? I'm seriously, spinning the block has not been. I'm part of that. What is it? 70
unsuccessful group.
I'm part of, what was it, 67%? I'm part of the 67% where it has not been successful for me. As a matter of fact, like, I'm mulling over.
But why? Let's address that. Why? Why,
counselor?
Why would you even want to spin the block? What indication were you like? Oh, okay, I see some changes.
I do.
Do you really?
I do. But they're not, I do see changes. So the thing about it is that
Go back. You said but what?
Are they significant?
That's
sorry. Are they significant?
So it's different. I see change. I need to see more. That's what I was gonna say. But I need to see more. Not that. Oh, I see that old guy. No, I don't. I don't see the old guy.
Mm-hmm.
I see a different person. But because I know the old guy, it's like I'm like. But if one thing, okay, so let me tell y'all something. If I have not spun it. I ain't back at the house again. I'm like,
but you contemplate.
I'm 180 right now.
Your car, the key in the ignition.
Yeah, and it's on the side street.
Right. Right.
Just ain't
Understand.
Right.
It just ain't in front of the house.
Which is dangerous because you're playing with fire.
Well, I'm not playing with fire.
Yeah, you are, dude. Yes, you are. And a hard head makes a soft behind.
Like I said, I am.
Let me tell you this: nothing's changed.
I can't say that.
I'm telling you, nothing has changed.
Golly.
I'm telling you, nothing has changed.
I don't know.
Nothing has changed. Okay, now go ahead and you get to spinning. But I'm telling you, nothing has changed. But you're gonna spin. You know why? Because we hard headed, and we gotta see if the thing really hot. Don't touch the oven. Don't touch the oven.
Hey, this
it's gonna
switched.
burn.
This really did switch.
Don't touch the oven. And here you go.
Like, what is this
But
become?
I do.
Don't touch the oven, Juna. Here you go. Whole hand singed.
No.
But you go ahead and spin.
I'm telling you, I see change. I said, but I need to see more. So I haven't. That's what I'm saying. I'm cautious.
Yeah,
by
make
nature.
sure the change you see
is
is
what I
not
need
adjustments.
To see. Right.
That was made just to get you back.
Right. And I'm not back.
Yeah, no,
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So give it some time.
Right. No,
to
no,
make
I'm not- I
sure
ain't
that
back.
it's
Oh,
really
that's bad.
change and it's not an adjustment.
It's not an adjustment. I got you. But to answer the question, I think people let it to say that it happens over and over and over again is to say that there is something that a person is trying to compensate for that they are missing. Essentially, like if I'm going back, like yes, comfort and familiarity, but there's also mention of what Pauletta mentioned about loneliness. So I'll deal with it as long as I don't have to be lonely. I'll deal with it as long as I don't have to go to another family function or another event by myself. I'll deal with it because at least it's something.
Right.
And I think that's where I think the over and over again is not necessarily saying that it's about that person that they just can't live without them. I think it's them trying to compensate for some deficiency in their own lives.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. My thing is I'm thinking about like spinning a block. Like, does it really work? Like sooner or later. In rare, super rare scenarios, it works. But honest to me, with spinning the block, it's not going to work unless the two people show up differently.
Yeah.
That's it. Because I realize that in some spaces and places in our lives, we're not in a place where we can appreciate what people bring to the table.
Yeah.
And so sometimes time has to pass to cause people to mature. Time has to pass. Sometimes nothing like time and distance makes a person see your value. If they really want to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's people who can see your value, but because they know they got to come up to compensate where you are, they would rather settle with something less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because less requires less of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's this quote that I probably shared on Facebook that says, it's not that I think I'm irreplaceable. but I just know that it's a downgrade. That sounds cocky, but I really do feel that way. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm irreplaceable, but she ain't me though. Oh, I really do feel that. She ain't me. And this ain't about looks. I just know, and I'm so confident of what I bring to the table. Now, I may lack some confidence about certain stuff, but I don't like no confidence about what I bring to the table. Yeah. And when I say about what I bring to the table, I ain't talking about looks. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about my heart and the type of person that I am. Yeah. Because I know when I'm for you, I'm for you. Come on. 100%. I'm a rider. I'm going to support you. Whatever you 100%. Give to me when you come back, I'm going to have a whole package. On. I'm going to ride for you. I know the level of integrity that I walk in. I know the blessing I'm going to be not only to you, but to everybody that's connected to you, because that's what I want. I'm favor. Right. And so, all the other stuff is toppings. I ain't broke. Okay. I'm a blessing, not a liability. That's another one. I ain't ugly. All of those are toppings. I'm talking about the heart. Yeah. That I really do love God. Yeah. That when I'm committed to something, I'm committed to that thing. Right. You ain't got to worry about me out here doing something else. You ain't got to check my phone. I'm not that girl. Right, if I'm with you, I'm with you 100%. I'm with you. That's who I am. I know that's what I'm bringing to the table.
And we ain't together then.
And so, that's what I mean when I say it's not about you getting somebody that look better. It ain't about that. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the quality and the posture of my heart. I just think it's rare. Yeah. I really do think it's rare. Of course. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's why is it mixed with a little crazy? Yeah. But crazy is exciting. You won't be bored. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? We won't be bored.
Let us say a little razzle-dazzle.
Yeah, a little razzle-dazzle. Little salt and pepper. You know what I mean? But it's worth it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The exchange, is worth it. And so, I feel that way. And it's not an arrogance. There's been times we was just talking about this yesterday, like Paula and I would talk every now and then, and she'll call certain names, and I'd be like, never. Or she'll call certain names, I'd be like, I don't know about that one. And she was calling specific names, and I was like, And she was like, why not? And she was on like, you were just talking to him last week. I was like, yep. I said, guess what? I woke up one morning and I was like, he don't deserve access to me. And I just stopped answering the phone calls without ever saying anything. That's my personality though. Like cause sometimes, just, and I'm not going to say it's loneliness, but it could be like, sometimes it could be space. It could be space filling for me.
You want company.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be space filling for me.
That's why I get on Facebook dating app, because I be bored.
You on the dating app?
Yeah, baby, ain't nothing on there. Ain't nothing on there. Let me get in the mic. Ain't nothing. Nothing.
But like she'll ask me about somebody, and I was this particular thing, and I was like, she's like, what happened? I was like, nothing. Nothing happened. I just woke up and was like, they never really had any business having access to me from the beginning. Wow. Let alone being able to spin the block to have access to me. So I may just wake up one day and may be like, that's over with, and never say anything to the person. Mm-hmm. What you call it?
Linen.
I do that all the time.
She be linen. And like, she won't talk to them for a span of time and then call and be like, hey, you been thinking about me?
I don't call nobody.
No, you'll text or something. You'll do something.
No, they mostly always text me.
Okay, let's say, then you'll say something. You'll throw a worm out there. And then I
don't even do that no more though.
Right.
Come on now.
We talking about what you used to
better,
do.
yeah.
But you still every now and then. But she'll throw some bait out there. Better. And then they'll grab a hold of the bait and then she'll drop it.
Good and doggone well. I ain't interested and I'm not finna do nothing.
But you be linen.
I be linen.
She be linen.
I do, but I'm so much better. Like, I don't even do that no more.
You are. Now I'm gonna get that to you. Every now and then it'll be a little linen. I'll be like, there you go.
I have to be like it's still in me.
You see?
And I have to reel it back in. You know what I mean? Like it's still in me, that little. I don't even know what you want. I don't even want to put no name to it because I'm just too ashamed.
It's a flirt.
To even be identified with that.
It's a flirt.
Is it?
That's a flirt.
But I thought you flirt with people that you interested in.
Right.
No.
Leave me playing games. She be
hey, you're giving away too much information. And then it seems like you're really hurt, darling. Like, are you okay?
She's very loud.
'Cause you had like I played with you. Like, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out where's the intensity in your voice volume coming from.
You flirt. You ain't got to be
I am a
interested in
flirt
nobody.
naturally.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't got to be
I am a
interested in
flirt.
nobody to flirt
I
with them.
am. And I had to realize that. I am a flirt. Yeah, I am.
That's all that is.
I have a lot of word salad now. a whole lot of word salad. It ain't finna do. Do you hear me? Absolutely not.
And see, I had to sit down because look, don't play with me.
I'm only gonna follow
I'm not
through if
gonna
I
play.
like
I
you
ain't
for
gonna
real.
have no bunch of conversations.
That's
I ain't
it.
gonna do
I gotta really like you to follow through. But I'll be saying stuff though, and I have to really. Yeah, oh yeah.
I knew this conversation.
Oh yeah, like yeah, I'm much better. I am.
Ooh, Lord.
I'm much better. You know, I'm much better. So, ciao. Okay, let's end it with this particular question. I'm not gonna break. Let's end it with this.
Oh.
Let's start from the end.
Okay.
Have you ever spun the block and why?
I did, and because
Why everybody
people don't
shocked?
think I dated before Robert.
Because I like
Ain't nobody saw like I've been with Robert for so long. Don't nobody think I dated nobody before him. Lord have mercy.
because I'm like, you talking about I did what?
But I'm gonna tell you, I talked about people who spun the block, and you know how you talk about people like I would never. But sometimes
Never
I
say
can
never.
I can identify with the comfort because way before I met Robert, there was somebody that I really, really cared about. And somebody said it earlier. They would make adjustments based on what they knew I liked and would come back in. And because I cared so deeply, it was more than one time.
They knew you
They
cared.
they knew. They would come all in, talking about Jesus up on high. You know, everything that they knew.
You want to get the queasy.
Oh, you want to get the queasy, baby. You
I had
good
a
with a
dream.
word.
I dreamed about you.
Is there a word?
What did the dream say?
You remember Jackie McCullough said, is there a word?
So I did.
So they come giving those scriptures, man. They had you there.
Deuteronomy
All
3
they
and
had to do
6
was
says.
that's it. But I did, and I remember even family, challenging my decision not to stay with that, that person because we on the outside we looked perfect together because music ministry, blah blah blah, and all that stuff.
Like we do the same thing.
It looked the same, but because of the truth that I knew. But I will say that I was in a position with even knowing the truths that were detrimental. I even thought about staying because there was financial security. There was, you know what I'm saying? I knew I would get that part, but I am a lover to my heart. Like I wouldn't have gotten that fully back. And so I had to be put on my back in a situation where I was sick. Almost like who was that in the Bible that I had to look
put on my back.
Oh no. You got nervous.
You better be put on your back.
Stay focused.
I'm like, literally, like I had to be in a situation where I was like, well, who was that in the Bible who asked for some more time? Was it Nehemiah?
No.
Hezekiah.
Hezekiah, him. Yeah, you see, I don't know. But anyway.
Turn his face to the wall.
I had to be in a situation where I was that ill to see. And so that has allowed me the opportunity with other women that I guess they look at me for advice. Sometimes I don't know why, but to tell them that I've been in that position, and you don't want it to be that drastic to be able to see that ain't it. Like
That's so good.
But I absolutely have been in a position due to comfort and what I thought was my future, willing to stay into something and keep spinning the block with that person and stay in there, even though I knew it was detrimental.
Sometimes we do that because they may fit us in one area so well.
Yes.
And I don't think we know the importance of them fitting every area.
Every area.
Because they fit me spiritually.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they ain't got
Absolutely.
nothing for me physically, emotionally, and no other
Nothing
leg.
else.
But we'll stay with them because
that
spiritually,
area.
yeah. But I mean, when I go home, I ain't going
Come
home
on.
with apostle,
altar.
prophet, evangelist, teacher, or pastor. I'm going
With
home with
ephod.
Queasy,
That's
John,
it, right.
David, Kim.
it.
You know,
Right.
So,
Pauletta.
I think I spent the block one because of the way how
Have
it
you spent
ended.
the block multiple times?
No, it was just that one time.
No, Pauletta, no. No, Pauletta.
Hold on, y'all talking about
I
that.
know
Punch,
your
punch,
life.
no.
Let me ask you this. So when we say
I know
spin the
your
block,
life, Pauletta.
are we talking about spin the block in a
Spin
relationship
the block?
or in
Yeah.
a sneaky link ship?
Pauletta.
Either way.
I mean, now
A
because I've done
stunt
both.
is a stunt.
Yeah, because if you at the door, you at the door.
You
Whether
had to, if you spunt, you spunt. We ain't
Okay.
ask if it was a
'Cause if
good
y'all-
spun,
if
a
y'all
clean
chase-
spun.
I'm talking
y'all
about the most
chase,
recent one.
then
Spun,
y'all
I
ain't.
mean, come on.
The most recent one was because of the way I ended it. Like I did him wrong, you know, and I felt bad after conviction from my friend. And so I put myself out there.
Don't seem very convincing.
You so
Let you know, hey, let's move forward.
put myself out there. and I wanted to be in matching pajamas
Oh, for Christmas.
for Christmas. I wanted to because I was like, okay, you know,
I feel you.
like, finally.
I feel you on that.
you
I
know,
said,
like I'm tired. God, like, come on, dang. Like,
Just give me one Christmas.
one.
This
Can I see one Christmas
Christmas,
and look over and somebody got the same pajamas like me?
it's gonna be me. I'm just
Exactly.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Other than Link and the rest of my single nieces. You know what I'm saying?
But do our pajamas be foul?
They
Not
got
though.
pajamas be
All
fine,
right,
but
let
like,
the record
God,
show.
dog, can I see my man swinging in his?
Ooh,
Swinging. Pause.
Okay, I mean, I'm just okay. Let me get back.
you meant it.
Let me center.
Let me center.
So
Let me center. Let me center. I'm gonna use that. Let me center.
and so yeah, so like I spent the block and I thought it was gonna work, and he duped me, and then he hit me with that's not gonna
What
work.
I tell you?
You should told him. Now you know we need to do this.
He went,
pajamas.
that thing
Low,
hurt.
low.
What? I was like, what? It ain't gonna work. Man, I ate it because I was just like,
Man, that joke hurt though. I ain't gonna lie.
that pride, cause I was like, cause I was willing to take the heat, cause my family is ruthless. When they found out that he sold fake pocketbooks,
Oh, we was gonna hear at the cross,
they
at
was
the
gonna nail
cross,
him to the cross.
where I first
But I was finna stand in
line.
the gap for him.
and the burdens
No, you don't understand.
of my heart rolled away. When I tell you, he was fit to be wet, and they whipped him all night long, and they whipped him all night long. Man, we was finna whip him all
But you know
night
what?
long.
I was willing.
Oh, me.
I was willing.
When we found out he's a person, oh, it really was gonna be hurting. And they whipped him all night long for peace. Not me, for peace. Judah, you did the right thing, friend. Cause when I tell you,
Thank you, friend.
you was gonna be singing. What's that song? Leave the 99.
What?
Go
I'm
on.
telling you, I was finna be the propitiation.
He's standing in the gap.
I was finna stand in the gap for that. Not the
Propitiation.
propitiation.
Jonah, you spun the block. Well, we tried to keep you from spinning that, but not the recent spun.
Not the current. Stay tuned. You know. Not right. Not yet. Stay tuned.
Right.
But I have spun the block before, and interestingly about my spinning the block, I spent several times
With the same person?
with the same person. But
Did y'all have a real organic connection?
we did. And the thing about it is that but it wasn't physical.
Well, that ain't my story. But you
It
go
wasn't
on.
physical. It wasn't physical.
I ain't spinning for no.
No, but now we're the closest of friends
I get it.
because that's what it should have been
From the beginning.
all along. That's what it should have been.
Yeah, oh,
And
that's
so
good.
and so
good.
now this
Not stay
current
tuned.
situation. Stay tuned. You know.
Y'all keep me lifted.
Stay tuned.
Y'all keep me lifted.
Y'all keep, I keep you posted, and like I said, Pauletta, stop looking at me side-eyed. I am saying, I told you, I need to see more, and I'm not. Now, let me tell you something about this man.
He like what that girl said. He got what I like.
He got what I like over there.
He got what I like over there, baby.
Don't do it, Miss Silly.
You hear me?
Don't do it, Miss Celia.
Don't do it, Miss
You
Silly.
want to trade places with me?
It
Over
ain't
there on
worth
that
it.
street or something.
So we just gonna stay tuned. Like I said, we just but it wasn't toxic. See, that's the thing. And
Okay.
it wasn't
Okay.
it wasn't toxicity. It wasn't that wasn't the reason for the breakup.
break.
Right.
But
So-
is it some non-negotiable things? Though?
No.
What's the reason?
Well, at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
But the body didn't change. So
1024.
So
I get it.
fallopian tube got a Kango on right now. So you can't.
Yeah, I get it. I
They
get
rip
it.
you out. So you got one. You got but one. So when you take everything out but one side, it get lean like this. So so what you thought
I get it.
was a
I'm
priority
with
for
you.
you at that time. I want a baby. I want
That ain't my desire now.
that ain't my.
Yeah, I get it.
And he couldn't give you a baby.
He wasn't ready to settle down.
Okay.
Like that.
And do it. But then, to be honest, wait a minute, I ain't gonna say that because my thing now, like I don't want to feel like, okay, so now you ready? Okay, now you ready? Now you want me?
Because if I can't no more.
Or not necessarily that. Or now that you ready, it's like I'm sitting, like I've been hanging out by the water cooler,
Waiting on you.
waiting on you. I don't want that either.
So, but you in your head about this.
Huh?
You in your head.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, ain't nothing changed. But you go ahead and touch that stove.
But I told you I need to see more.
I need to see it.
I need to see more. I see change,
But
but
not
I need
to the
see,
degree that
not,
I want.
not to the degree that I want to see it.
Mm-hmm. I get it. Yes, of course I spun the block. I think we all have. I guess I would talk about the one person that I spun it with 3-4 times. And that's the one that I was telling you all that it hurt to come to the groups with that there'll never be anything. That hurt. I'm gonna be honest with you. And that I have really grown to be able to say that publicly, that it hurt. It hurt to just be like, and it's not that anything's wrong.
Right.
It's just that, it's just where I'm going. He's not going. We're going in different directions. What's important to us is different. We're in different spaces and places in our lives. And the truth of the matter, we always were.
Right.
You know what I mean? But because our chemistry was so organic, because the relationship was like, not relationship, but it was so effortless. You know what I'm saying? Like so effortless, and just our families loved each other.
Yeah.
All of that kind of stuff. But it on hindsight, it don't make sense why we couldn't be. But I totally understand why we're not, and we never will be. And that's the point that you have to come to grips with, is that we never will be. And that's hard.
Especially when it wasn't bad.
And I'm telling you, it wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't. And even our conversations, which I would say was final, it just wasn't bad. Like it could be years in between. And we could pick up and it don't feel like no time in between. Like that's just how organic the chemistry is and was. Like, it's like no time was in between us. And there have been times where there's been many years between us. Many.
Yeah.
You know, like 10.
Yeah.
Okay?
I got you.
And we still picked up, and it was as if we had missed a beat. The feelings were the same, everything. It was just crazy. You know, it just was the same. So, yeah, but and he isn't bad. I'm not bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just that we are headed in different directions. We wasn't bad to each other. We didn't mistreat each other. I can't even put my finger on something and say he did me. No, he always treated me great. Always was respectful. All of it. I mean, you know, and how, you know, even when we talk about that. We talk about like how, you know, great we were to each other. So it wasn't that.
And that's hard though.
That's what makes it harder.
What makes it hard
because it seems like it don't make sense.
Yeah.
Why you can't make it.
Because
but
outside
even
of that piece, it'll work.
And
that piece.
Yes, outside of that,
might
because
as well be the whole.
Yes, because what happens is, as I continue to move forward in my life in the direction that I'm going, the sacrifice that it's going to take for you to complement that is not a sacrifice you want to make.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the sacrifice that I would have to make to complement where you are is too great. So that's our biggest issue.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, it's going to be difficult to complement where each other are and are going. Yeah. You know, it's just gonna be too much. You know, it ain't too much, but I'm the type of person that believe anybody can be together if they really to make the sacrifices to be together. But I know he ain't gonna make that sacrifice. And I don't really want him to, because to ask of him of that is wrong, because that's not who he is. You know, and you just have to come to grips with that. And so, yeah, but I mean the love, the feelings, every time. It could be years and my little heart still be pitter-patter. But I know that it ain't going nowhere. And he fine. Let's add that to the equation. I'm talking about life. I'm talking about life. You hear me? Fine, right? So, you know, that just makes it even harder. Heck yeah.
All the more.
You know, but it's just, we never will be. And coming to grips with that, and
it's hard.
That hurt. Like, that's a hurtful thing. And so, you know, we spin because of our heart attachment.
Yeah.
But then quickly we realize, man, look,
it's not.
We just need to leave each other alone, because we even know that we can't even play around and dip and go to, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Because the connection is too strong.
Right.
You know, and we'll be playing around and somebody gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna get hurt. Yeah. Somebody's gonna, it's like what Pauletta said, is being mature enough, because it does take maturity to say, I love you, you may love me, there's feelings there, that we do have something.
Yeah.
But that something is not great enough for us to be together.
Yes.
And you have to just be okay with that. So yeah, so all the time spinning the block ain't good. You just need to move on. Jonah, what's our question for the week?
How has spinning the block impacted your platonic relationship?
Not for the people that don't know what platonic is, because everybody don't know what that means.
So those people that you don't have, that you're not in a romantic relationship with, okay? So you don't people that you done been with, and you done talked about them like a dog, but then now you done spent the block with them. So is you gonna tell your friends that you back with them? But so how has spinning the block impacted your platonic relationship?
All right, you all know how we do it. We continue the conversation after the conversation. See you next Thursday at the lounge.